Hello. I am Jeff. Welcome to my Minecraft world. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate it. Guys, today I feel like a project, like a colorful project even. And I didn't realize this before, but my hat blends in with the door and my pants blend in with the logs here. So I've been a camouflage Jeff all along in this mountain village. Anyway, what do you need for a project? Indeed, materials. Let me show you what I've been up to between episodes. I've been working hard on giving this general store on this village square a much needed upgrade. This served as my storage room, and the 1.17 update really added a lot of items, messed up the system that I had going on here. So it really needed to be reorganized, restructured, create more room for those. And I'll check that later. Let me just show you the storage room. Bang, here we are. This is the storage room. This used to be just a rectangular room with some chests along this wall, and it was okay. There was some organization, but you know, it left a lot to be desired. So I restructured it all, you know, in correspondence with the owners. I see you've been hiring, dude. It's okay. Maybe you need a bit more counter space. Anyway, you do you. Now we have a lot more containers, racks, all organized. So we have something like the wood wall, the nether nook, the brig boutique, a particular favorite name of mine, all the way to the back over here where we have the riches rack. And there's a lot more room here. But also there's a lot more containers, like something like the Hearts of the Sea. I'm never going to have more than a single chest of that probably. So that, because there's more containers, that makes organizing a lot easier. Granted, you know, there's still some containers that could be merged with others, but there's no need for that yet, so I'm not going to. Besides, it's really important that customers know, you know, where do you keep the ancient debris or where do you keep the cinnabuns? Sir, please. Holy. My heart. Oh my god. So the wall of the storage room, I believe, used to run over here. So there is quite a bit of extra space, and it takes up more space in the building as well. Now let me show you the rest of that. Can we go in here? Let's go in here actually. This used to be an automated sorting system and filled with the redstone for that. It was really awesome, but also kind of impractical. It didn't really fit with how I used the storage room. So I decided to tear it out. And now you can actually see some of the floor of the shop here. And what I want to do here is just clean this all up and convert it into actual livable, decorated apartments rather. Yeah, and then I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that. It would be nice if there were some small farms in here, but you know, nothing to detract from the fact that they are actually apartments. Anyway, that is definitely something for later. For now, let's get back to the idea, the colorful project. So I have the colorful corner over here in the shop, and I really love this sort of this nook. This reminds me of like fabric stores or something, like just really tightly packed with all kinds of colorful things. Really, really nice. And you know, we have our glass here, we have our wool here, we have the dyes, etc., etc., etc. And I was thinking, I've not really used much concrete yet. I mean, if you look at what's left in the storage room, you see what I've used. That's just, you know, it's all in the gray scales, but nothing colorful. So I want to do that for today's episode. Something with that. So maybe we'll have to go for some sand mining. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of sand. Gravel, yeah, gravel is actually okay. So, okay, hang on. I need to figure out what's going on here because, you know, if my contraptions are blowing up, then kind of want to know that. So, what the? Huh? To work with concrete, you of course need some kind of concrete maker. And I've been working on a design in Creative for a while and decided to build it for this episode. And ta-da, surprise, this is it. Look at how cool this looks looming over the ridge there. Let's go closer. It's really awesome. This is one of those mining machines for open pit mining. I don't know exactly how they're called, but they can just, this dig head can just, go into the wall or in the floor, nom, 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 eat up all the dirt and ores and process them further, etc., etc. And the story here is that the mining division of Jeff Enterprises moved into Jeffdorf for its natural resources. A lot of protest, by the way, from the inhabitants of Jeffdorf, a lot of concerns about pollution, rightly so, but they sadly weren't able to change the course here. So the machine it moved in and it started work. it's still floating, by the way. We'll get to that, I promise. Anyway, let's move closer, and for that it's look at my skin, guys, by the way. I'm a construction worker. A lot of fun to put this together as well. Anyway, to move in, this is an active work site, so we need to have our hard hat and our safety boots, and let's move in closer. So building this was really tricky. There's a lot of intricate details in the truss work. It took a lot longer than expected in survival, so that was interesting. This walkway, by the way, this is intentionally very precarious. Like, you know, don't play with your phone and accidentally drop it here, guys. But don't worry, the CEO of Jeff Enterprises has assured me that any, you know, damage to my personal belongings or my person, they are not liable for. So that's reassuring. So let's walk through the components of the machine. Over here in the dig head, we have, oh, I forgot to mention, this is also, other than the concrete maker, this is also the world's laggiest cobblestone generator, and there's some blue ice and soul soil below there, so it can do some basalt, but that's really slow, so it's mainly for concrete. Anyway, over here you will stand depositing your powder, and then the material, let's actually turn it on. The material will get pushed. Yeah, you see that it's really slow. It'll get pushed into this direction, moved over to the side, and then into there. Yeah, okay, that jump is good. And then over here, the material gets pushed into this loop. And then once every, I think 2 rows are completed, a TNT is generated above here with some timing, and it's exploded around near the bottom of where the materials are. So yeah, that explodes the blocks. They get dropped into the water below, and then how can I get over here? Yeah. So they get into the water below, they come out there, get shot onto that conveyor belt. Let me actually move down closer a little bit. And this conveyor belt, this is just pure looks. There is no reason why the items need to go over here. This is slow, this is risky, this has potential of losing items, but whatever. It looks just so freaking cool and industrial. I had to do it. I mean, I might even be able to demonstrate with some dirt. Not like that though. Yeah, okay, so that's the dirt. We should see it drop. Let me actually move out of the way. There. That's just fine. And then over here, there's another conveyor belt. And the dirt gets sent into a dropper over there. And that drops it out relatively slowly with those comparators. So it spreads out a lot more onto another conveyor belt. And then they get collected into here, into the back cart that you also access through a really... Oh, you heard a TNT go off. Very nice. That you also access through a very precarious walkway. And the items are all collected over here. This is all deliberately really slow because I really like how that adds to the whole machinery. And there's just a bunch of chests here with your items. Well, that took about 6 years longer than I expected. Terraforming takes ages. My plan was to have this all covered with gravel before recording this clip, but I barely got all the stone in, and this took hours and hours. Anyway, I do love the result though. Like what I did, this was all quite a bit lower. There was a gap here. So I definitely spent some time sort of fixing the original terrain generation. This now looks like an okay mountain. And I definitely wanted this to be flat because this is the place where the machine has already been traveling and digging, or where it was installed maybe. So yeah, we're going to put gravel basically on everything that is flat, as well as on this mountain and the mountain sides. You still see a ridge over there. I'm going to replace that with gravel, replace the grass with gravel as well. And then over here, so this is all more flat, more gravel. And over here we'll have, I added some more terrain to this is what I want to say. So this is bulked up a little bit more, as well as some things over here, just to make it look a little bit nicer as a mountain. And again, we're going to place gravel here. And then what I want to do as well, and we'll see how much time we have in this video to do any of that, I want to add some detailing on the gravel, because this is a big machine, right? These tracks, they're gonna leave their marks on the gravel for sure. So I want to see what I can do with that. Some tracks coming from here, some tracks coming from there and leading back into there. So that's definitely one thing. I should sleep soon. On the front, what I thought, and this just popped in my head, like this thing has been digging here, right? And basically the terrain as I made it now doesn't really reflect that. So what I want to try and do is see if I can, maybe that involves extending this mountain a little bit and have a mountain that's sort of partially dug away with the same radius as this this digger. And that'll make it seem, that'll actually make it part of the environment. So that's definitely in the cards for improvements. But that's definitely for later. What I want to do right now is sleep in the mob farm that I've created below my terraforming, so that's going to be exciting, and then turn this beast of a machine on. So get ready for some colorful concrete being blown up and some hard rock music. Yeah. Yeah, that worked quite well. I was just standing here, you know, holding my right mouse click. From below here, new blocks got, or new concrete powders got shut up to me, random color each time. So that gave it a really nice effect. I hope that comes across well in the time lapse. Let's check out the yield. We'll do the official route, you know, Just wandering down here through the walkways. And we could actually, ooh, that's nice. We can walk along the ground now. That's going to be sort of the first time. Yeah. I did already check the yield, by the way, before starting to record this clip. The item collection is kind of all over the place because of the water stream and the hoppers. So some items get sent up into these chests. Some get sent all the way to the bottom. I collected all the concrete here from this batch. I started with 16 full stacks, and I'm missing 3 pieces of concrete apparently. So I don't know what happened with those. They could have been stuck on a piece of stone or something as the TNT was going, because stone has a higher blast resistance, and maybe that they got destroyed by the next bit of TNT. But I'm not sure. I'll have to see in the recorded footage. I can figure it out. But then still, you know, 3 on 16 stacks. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. But that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, a like will be much appreciated. If you have any tips or feedback or comments, do feel free to leave a comment below. I really like that as well. Share it with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you next time.